evening, welcome. My name is Obedako. Welcome. I want to share with you today work hard, study hard. Work hard, study hard. If you're thinking of starting a business, if you're in a business, if you're thinking of doing something for yourself or becoming successful at anything that you're engaged in, it will take a lot of hard work and it will take a lot of maybe hard learning. It means that you have to go the extra mile. When everybody is going 10, you have to go 20. When everybody is reading one book, you have to read 2, 3, 4. If people are giving excuses when they are tired and when they are partying, you have to go and do the extra if you want to succeed with your business. The culture that you are born in or you were born in, or the culture that anybody is brought up in, the environment, the social setup, they dictate a lot to us. Our work ethics, our attitude, our character, even our aspirations, they come from the environment, largely the environment that we grew up in. And so the examples that we see in our communities, on TV, on radio, in our church, in the school, in the family, they have a lot to do with what we end up becoming. So if you want to start a business, if you have that, if you're in a business, you cannot give an excuse. You cannot say that I'm tired, I want to give up, why am I worrying myself? This is so difficult. No, you have to retrain your mind. You have to restructure your thought. You have to look at the world differently if you want to become successful at anything in our country, especially at building a business, because or in building a business, because the negative forces, the problems are so many. So if you come with the average cultural settings that we all have, where you just want little kitewisi or na kitwabiensa, those kind of thinking, you can't do much in this life. Let's say you are even employed in a company. The normal disposition for most people is why you worry yourself. Just do what you're told to do. They will pay you, and then you'll be fine. Because for most people, they just want to go to school, get married, give birth to children, and just, build a house, buy a car, and that's it. Now, the problem is that if you have a lot of people who think like this, if you have a lot of people who see life this way, then our poverty will persist for a very long time. Our average setting, our problems will endure for a very long time, because it will take a people to develop any country, the citizens. It will take any people, if their values, if their way of looking at life, especially if the work ethics are weak, then the poverty will persist. If the aspirations are just today, if they want very little out of life, very small, when I get 1,000 Ghana or 100,000 and I put it in the treasury bills, why do I have to worry myself? Which means that when they are walking on that street and they see a lot of the children, or they see problems in the society, they really don't care that much. Why? Because of the cultural setup, the setting. If you're going to succeed, you cannot think like that. You have to really set your own culture if you want to succeed in this African culture. In Ghana, in Nigeria, in all these African cultures, if you want to succeed, you have to live so much above it, which means that you have to study more, you have to read more, you have to stretch yourself, you have to stretch your ethics way above average. Your persistence, your courage must be there. You have to be more than what you see around you. You cannot be hoping, like the way a lot of people, a lot of my Christian friends are looking for favor from God. They're praying every day, God will come and help them, and when you talk about prayer, you have a lot of defenders. Some of them are family people. They want to teach you that, it's God's prayer. We don't deny prayer, but not the ones that we are doing here. The ones that we are doing here, they are not prayer. They're just something else. When you are casting, when you want to kill your enemies, you want to, kill witchcraft. You are praying against witchcraft and praying for your business, praying for husband and wife, visa. There are a lot of these things. If you work hard, if you study hard, if you stretch yourself, these things, they don't need prayer. If you want your business to succeed, it's not so much prayer. It has a lot to do with your work ethics. It has a lot to do with the character that you have. It has a lot to do with your persistence, your perseverance. It has a lot to do with your goal, your leadership skills, your discipline. Those are the things that are responsible for anybody to succeed at their business, in their business. But if you don't change that, and if you're waiting for divine favor, like the way they have trained us, you're waiting for a miracle one day, the anointing must hit you. Those things are the reasons I dare say many of our people just average. Just average. They will not do much. Or you see, the thing about all these things is that if what you know, if what you have studied is not working, and you so much believe in it that it must work and it's not working, then the obvious option will be just to cut the corners so that you can get a supposed growth or a supposed success. But you cannot get results if what you know does not work. And for most people, the average thought, the average principles that we have picked from our culture, from our society, when it comes to working and studying and achieving and being persistent, staying at something and becoming successful, a lot of the things that we know cannot get as results. That's why you can see a lot of people who are trying to build something, especially the Christians, and they are always complaining, they are always crying to God, they are afraid of the failure, they are afraid of the mistakes, they are afraid that it will not work and somebody else is going to, overtake them. Those things, they come to people who are not hardworking, people who are not studying more, who are not learning. The more you are ready to give in your all at the goal that is before you, at the business that is before you, anything that you're committed to do, the more you're ready to do more than anybody else, the more you're ready to go all the long road to make sure that the thing succeeds, the business works out. You're not giving any excuse. If you have to deliver the product 2 a.m., you're not telling them that you're tired. You want to give the product 2 a.m. because you must make sure the success of that entity, the success of that enterprise is with you. And for most people, they think that, it's not with them. Somewhere, one way or the other, it will happen in God's own time. That's a lie. That's a lie. Nobody has ever succeeded at anything when they were lazy and relaxing and just taking it easy. It does not work like that. If you want to become average, don't worry yourself. If you don't want to become successful, if you want to run through the ranks, like what they say, instead of you owning the rank, they want to run through it. They want to go gradually and get somewhere. No problem. But if you want to succeed, anybody who succeeds at anything, it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of learning. When we were in school, they told us that if you want to pass the exam, you have to study hard. And those who failed, it's because they were not studying hard, most likely, or they were not working hard. Nobody works a lot at anything who will not succeed. Nobody. But if you believe, like the way a lot of people believe, they just believe that because there is a minimum number of hours that you have to put in any business for the business to succeed. There is a minimum number of hours that any enterprise is required. If you don't meet the minimum hours, there is a minimum amount of knowledge, of skill that is required. If you don't work on those, and you just believe that something will happen from somewhere, that will be difficult. The other day I was talking to this young guy who is just talking. He's working with somebody we know, and he's just talking that he wants to start his business, and he was talking like, let's say you have no idea what it takes to start a business. If you know what it takes to start a business, you will not be talking like that. You will prove yourself where you're working. You'll prove yourself. You'll be the best worker there. You'll be the one that they can count on. If you don't have that, forget about trying to own a business. It will not work because you have to learn more, you have to do more, you have to go extra, and it's no joke. Unless you go there to, like the majority of our people. So connection business, connection business, connection business. But if you want to do proper legitimate business, it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of hard learning. What I call hard learning means that you have to study hard, do extra, build your character, build your credibility. When you say that I'm going to deliver it, you have to find a way to deliver it. If the thing is there that we have to work on, you cannot procrastinate. You cannot push it forward to say that, oh, tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Like a lot of our carpenters, a lot of our plumbers, a lot of our mechanics, a lot of seamstress. They tell you to come for the shirt today. You go there, they have not even cut anything. When they see you, they come to tell you, they will tell you their father was sick, their daughter was sick, they had to go for PTA meeting, there was traffic, there was light off. If you are like that, you can't succeed in your business. You cannot. If you are like that, if you're giving excuses, you are a carpenter, and they have to call you several times, and you are not even picking. They have to call you, they talk to you, and you hope that you want to succeed. It does not work like that. You cannot succeed because you don't work hard, you don't meet timelines, and you're not studying, you're not becoming better. Nobody becomes successful at anything if they're not exceptional. You have to become exceptional. You cannot be saying that I'm tired, I work alone, I have no support. You have no support. Get somebody to support you because you cannot succeed at anything. You can't succeed at anything. Just praying and hoping that God's favor will lift you. That is what the Christians believe in. Me, I believe that the favor is in the hard work. I believe that the favor is in the study the business that you're doing, the trade that you're involved. Study it. Go deep. Study. When Jesus was telling them to go deep, we will say that it's because Jesus said they should go deep. That's why they went deep and they caught the fish. He was just telling them go extra mile. When you are tired, go the extra. When you're so much exhausted and there's no results, go the extra. When you feel like giving up, go the extra. If you want to succeed, you have to go the extra mile. And it takes a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work. And hard work means that shooting at the goal to get results. Does not mean just dissipating energy anyhow. Hard work means that focus on the goal. Focus on the assignment that is there. Focus on what you want to do and do whatever it has to take you to get the results. My name is Kwabena. I'm talking about work hard, study hard. Your business will take a lot of hard work and a lot of hard learning. A lot of hard work, a lot of hard learning. There is a big difference between successful countries and poor countries. Most successful countries, you see that the citizens work a lot. They don't play with work. They don't play with their job. A lot of them, if you don't go to work and you don't give a proper explanation, they will let you go home. They don't give second thought, second chance to anybody. They want results. And that's why those countries are developing. Now, the countries that are poor are countries that give excuses for any minimum situation. They will just give you an excuse. They will tell you why they couldn't come. They will tell you why they have not eaten the whole day. They will tell you why their mother is sick. They will tell you everything. Every little point, we are giving excuses. If you're like that, you will never, ever be exceptional. You will never succeed. It will not be demon. It's because these are principles. Those who pay attention to their work will succeed. Those who work extra, or those who pay attention to getting results, being productive. That's how poverty is fought. Poverty is fought by working hard and getting results. Productivity, production. That's the only way to solve poverty. All the poverty that we see around, if we give attention Say that you want to get results, you want to clear the debt, you want to do this, the poverty will reduce. So if you don't decide to work hard and you want to chill, no problem. It's a decision. You chill, but then you are responsible for the mess that will come later on. It's a decision to just enjoy life. A lot of people want to party. I don't understand why poor people should party. It's a problem for me because the basic primary, the primary duty or the primary responsibility of anybody who is poor is to make sure that you solve the poverty, not as though we want to party in our poverty. Somebody is working to get results. Somebody is working to create value. Somebody is working to create wealth. If that person is working and you are partying, why should that person come and take care of you? Why should that person share their wealth with you? When you are partying, when you want to enjoy life, you want to go for naming ceremony, wedding, funerals, every funeral you are there, every naming ceremony you are there, and you want results, it doesn't happen like that. If you want to succeed at whatever you're doing, you cannot do what everybody else is doing. You cannot go where everybody else is going and expect that you will succeed. Your time becomes very important to you. And whoever you want to work with, whoever you want to befriend, whoever comes to you is very much important to you. People do not just have to come to you and come and discuss football all day, come and discuss politics all day, things that will not help you to succeed. The more attention and the more time, the more energy you give to those things, the more that you are failing at your summit, at what you want to do. So if you have business, obviously, and you want the business to work, your time will be that much precious, and you will not just engage anybody because you don't have time. You will not just go to any meeting, you will not just go to any ceremony, you will not just go to any get together because there's so much that you want to do. And for people who give attention to these things, those are the people who succeed. Those are the people who succeed. And so if you want to succeed with your business, obviously the business will take a lot of effort from you. The business will take a lot of sacrifice from you. The business will take a lot of input from you, or it's not going to work. And you have got to work extra. That one you have to condition yourself. And you don't have to complain and cry and weep and run away. You have to stay at it. When there are challenges, when there are problems, you still have to stay at them and make sure that you get the results. And you have to keep on learning, steady, constant upgrade. You are always upgrading yourself constantly, challenging your thoughts, challenging your assumptions, challenging your own biases all the time, questioning and listening and hearing and learning, reading, studying. You have to do that constantly if you want to succeed. The best of the best in this world, those who are performing at a very high rate, they spend more time studying than any other thing. They spend more time reading. They spend more time training themselves, developing themselves constantly. That's why they are getting results. They spend a lot of hours working, paying attention to details. They don't just give excuses. That's why they succeed. It's upside down for Africans. Africans, we don't want to pay attention. We don't want to study anything. We don't want to buy books. We believe that what we know must work. Even though it's not working. We are not studying. We are not reading. Even those who can read, those who have gone to colleges, they don't read nothing. The only time that you see us with books is when we want to write exam to get a certificate. Certificate does not make anybody successful unless you get a political job somewhere. And that's why a lot of our people can only work in the framework of the government. They cannot create anything by themselves like that. They have to work with the system that is set. Why? Because it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of hard work to get results if you want to build a business and build a good one. So if you have the hard work, if you have the study hard, if you have these things, then just keep at it. Never give up. And because there are principles. Once you pay attention, once you're working extra, once you're steady, the results have no choice but to come. So if you're doing otherwise, then you can't blame anybody, because those who succeed, they are always doing extra. They are always going extra mile. That's why they succeed. So if you want to party, if you want to chill, and most people don't want much anyway. They want to live for themselves. Most people are very selfish. They just want to live for themselves. And that's our problem. You cannot live for yourself. If the person who created the telephone ever thought that I wanted to, he wanted to just live for himself, he will not create a telephone for you to use. So the thinking that, oh, I just want to have my own house and car, the car that you want to buy, if that person who created that company to manufacture that car, if that person had only thought of himself or herself, that car will not be there for you to buy. So the more you can think of serving people and bringing more to people, changing society, helping many, the more successful you can become. And that one will take hard work. If you want to serve 100 people, it will take a lot of work. If you want to serve 200 people, 2,000 people, it takes a lot of work. Infrastructure, it takes a lot of systemic, thinking. It takes a lot of structures to be in place for you, and it takes a lot of hard work. You cannot give excuse. So it starts with you. If you are at any level that you are, if anything is committed to you, don't give excuses, and don't try to always be forgetting about the assignment that they have given you. Your attention should be to get results, and nobody should be coming to you to remind you of what you are supposed to do and even do extra. And no, don't be in haste to finish what they have told you to do and go and sit down and rest. If you think like that, anybody who works like that in any company does not become the top of that company. They give you any duty, you just rush to finish it, and then you go to sleep. You go to sit down, or you go to look at your WhatsApp or your yeah, you go to look at your graphic, those things, browser, the internet, and look at all the things about marriage and things like that, because people like talking about marriage, and some others will be sending you a Bible quotation, and what again, some sports or some politics, things that don't have direct bearing on the work at hand and how to get results, how to move from this level to the next level. If you're spending a lot of hours on those things, you will not be productive. You are going to be obviously an average person. So, but if you pay attention to things that that have direct implication on what you want to become, things that have direct implication on what you want to become. You're building a business. What are the things that will have direct implication on the results that you get in that business? The product, the service that you're rendering, the customers that you have, the finance that you're planning, the team that you have, making sure that you're tuning all those, you're fine-tuning all those. Those are the things that will make us get results. And those will take a lot of hard work, and obviously it will take a lot of learning. It's a constant daily process of studying, of learning, of analyzing, of looking at things, of seeing patterns. If you have these two, you can succeed. In this world, I think people who have endurance and who have the ability to keep working until they get results they have far more better advantage than those who just want to work a little and get they work a little and they get tired and they want to go and sleep, or they want to give excuses. Those are people who are not going to succeed. And so you look at countries like that, they party, funeral every Saturday, church every Sunday. These countries are not going to succeed that quick. The other countries that are giving free loans and grants to other countries, will look at their work ethics. They work, and they work hard. They discipline themselves. They don't joke. They don't play. That's why they are succeeding. They study. They are challenging the status quo all the time. They are thinking. They are stretching themselves. And the other countries that are not doing much, you go and look at the things that they concern themselves with. They are keeping the tradition, and they are dancing, and they are drumming. No research. They're not thinking of better ways of doing anything, whether it's drugs, whether it's food, whether it's agricultural product, whether it's clothes, whether it's fashion, whether creating employment, coming up with better technology, because those things take hard work. If you are in the lab and you're looking for some drug, you're trying to come up with a drug that can solve any problem, you have to be on your feet. It takes a lot of effort. So that's why those who succeed, they work hard. work hard. So if you want to work hard, look at your business, look at the people around, look at what they do and do double. To just do more than what everybody else is doing. You know, where if they close in 10, you're closing 12. If they come in 6, you're coming 4. You know, if they're taking 2-hour break, you're taking 30 minutes break. You're strategizing, you're thinking. If they don't read a book, you're reading one book. If they read one book, you're reading 2 books, 3 books. If you are talking to 10 customers a day, you are talking to 20 customers a day. If they're talking to 50 customers a day, you are talking to 500 customers a day. You know, you are trying to do more than the average person. That way, we will succeed. If you're looking for a job and you have sent 3 CVs, 4 CVs somewhere, and nobody has called you, and you are sitting at home and saying that I've sent CVs everywhere and they're not calling me. If you have to send 10,000 CVs around to get an interview, you have got to do that. You know, so if everybody is sending 3 CVs a day, you are looking at maybe sending 10, 20, 50 a day, moving around, and just say, oh no, I don't have. You want a job, you have sent 3 CVs, nobody has called you. Maybe you just have to give yourself, if you may have to send about maybe 1,000 for you to get maybe 1 or 2 calls. You know, so just you have to do more. Your contractor, you're looking for projects, nobody's calling you. Maybe you have to send about 20 profiles or 100 profiles for you to get an interview with the project manager. You know, so you just have to think like that, that the more, just have to go and do more. And the more I do, I have no excuse. I have to stretch myself. Go more, do more, talk to more people. You want to, you want a husband, you want a wife, you're not talking to anybody, it's not going to happen, it's not demand. You know, go to where they are. And so you have to do more. Stretch yourself, go the extra mile, and do it with joy. Drag yourself. Don't complain. Don't give excuses, and don't be telling people I'm tired and this. That's what most people do. In that case, you drain your energy. You have to have that energy. You have to have that thing around you. Where when people meet you, they meet somebody who is hopeful, somebody who is enthusiastic, somebody who is ready to take the future. That's what they are looking for. They don't want to meet somebody who sucks all the energy from them, who dries the air in the room. You want to project yourself as somebody who is strong, who is prepared, and who wants to succeed. And so it takes a lot of hard work and it takes a lot of study. You have got to do that. You have got to think far, think ahead, do more than everybody else. Don't give excuses. If everybody is lying, let's tell them that if I give you quotation, this is the quotation. Just study the industry and do what the customers want that everybody is not doing. And most customers want people who are honest, who are credible, who can go by what they say, who can deliver on time, who can do extra, who can meet that, they can set targets and meet it way earlier than the target, who are able to produce more cheaper than what everybody else is doing. These are the things that clients are looking for. These are the things that people are really looking for. So if you want to win, these are the things that you have to do. You are not smart when you're trying to screw and lie and cheat. You're not smart when they are calling you and you're not picking. You're not smart when they want you. You have promised them that I will come and you're not showing up. You're not smart. You will think that you're just exhibiting the thing in your culture, in the thing that you see around, which is not making us successful, which is dragging our output. That is what you're doing. You are just behaving. You're a mechanic. You take the money to go and buy the part and then you switch it. You're not cheating anybody. You're cheating yourself. It takes a lot of hard work to get success. You're not cheating. It takes a lot of study. You have to study hard for you to get success. And one of the studies is you're studying to do things better character. You keep your word. You are more disciplined. You can be counted upon. They can depend on you. They can give you 10,000 to go and it will come back safe. You're a project engineer. Can you work extra? Can you be honest? Can you be credible? Those are the things that will make anybody succeed, especially if you're building a business. And so don't think that you're smart just because you are working on somebody who trusted you. As a matter of fact, you always shooting yourself in the foot. You're not cheating anybody. You need to go and need to come and catch you because nobody succeeds like that. And so work hard, study hard. Your business will take a lot of hard work, and your business will take a lot of hard learning. And those are the realities of life. If you want to succeed, these are the things that you have to do. You have to keep upgrading. You have to keep working extra, and you don't have to give excuses. You don't just have to be crying and weeping and complaining. No, nobody wants to hear that. We want to get results. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Kwabena. Work hard, study hard. If you have these two, there's a lot that can happen. You know, in this world, there are so many things that are within our hand. The only thing is that most people find that principle very late. They think that everything else is in somebody's hands, and they have nothing in their hand. But your future, your business, anything on this end that is connected to you, a lot of them are linked to your work ethics, your attitude, the knowledge that you have, how you think, how you treat people, how you do things. Those things are largely far more responsible for the results that we get. You know, so study hard and work hard and never give excuses. If they tell you that come to the work, your client should be able to tell you that you are different, you're exceptional. You know, people should be telling you that once you get those, you're on the path to succeeding. And never give up if you meet any difficulties. Once you have these things, these ethics, nothing can beat you. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you.